me, but with me, you can have all of it. That is why you should acknowledge me. Acknowledge me as your captain. Acknowledge me as your Survivor Series captain. Because I am, and let me tell you something, Brainiacs. I am, and I should be, the captain of the BBR Survivor Series team. I may need to be the sole survivor at the end of the night, all by myself. I am the fittest one. I am the strongest one. I am the quickest one. And I may be the best looking too. I'll see you at the Survivor Series.
It's that time again in the Survivor Series, and the BBR team need a leader. And there's no better leader than me. I know that Long Island iced tea, that Vin man who don't even believe in using the top rope and giving high spots, Triple J, who I heard can't even get a PS5, or your father called Brian who doesn't even have time to even be in Survivor Series, or that man named Moose. They ain't ready to lead this team, but I am. So when I use this hand right here and I stretch it out there, I expect every single one of you guys to shake my hand. Because from now on, it isn't Mil Calzones, it isn't Dr. Calzones, some character that keeps saying it's British. From now on, it's Captain Mil Calzones.
Let's get one thing straight. There's only one man capable of leading this team. There's only one man capable of being the head of the table. There's only one man capable of being the team captain. And that is the man who's a family man, the only family man on this team. The man that's going to make sure you have dessert at the end of your dinner. And that is the man called Wyatt.
Survivor Series. And I'm Long Island iced tea. And on a night like this, you need someone like me to rely upon, to be your captain if you want to survive. Because you can't do it on your own. Only I can do it on my own. I have all this. Lights in my pool. I have all of it. And you have none of it without me. But with me, you can have all of it. That is why you should acknowledge me. Acknowledge me as your captain. Acknowledge me as your Survivor Series captain. Because I sit at the head of the table. And when I'm at the head of the table, you will thrive too. I'll see you at Survivor Series, Cabral.
Hey Brainiacs, Jumpin' Jacob J here. I'll be with you in just a second. I'm working on my ultimate Survivor Series fantasy team here. You gotta have Flash Funk in there, I think. And if you're gonna have one Godwin, you might as well have both of them. These other ones it's gonna be a toss-up. You wanna go Justin Hawk Bradshaw. You wanna go with the real Diesel here, maybe Aldo Montoya, Man of War. I don't know, a lot of picks there. But I just wanted to say for the BBR Survivor Series team, I would like to personally name myself as a captain, just like Alicia Fox before me. I promise to do the best job possible. I mean, those other guys, they're going to have convincing cases out there, but really, whenever you get down to brass tacks, as Vin Man would like to say, whenever you think about it, they're out there getting married, falling in love, having babies. I am here for one thing and one thing only: professional wrestling, the best way that it's supposed to be. So vote for me. Pick me, Jumpin' Jacob J, as your BBR Survivor Series Team Capitan.
All right, Brainiacs, it's that time of year again. Thanksgiving, the most important time of the year. And even though it's a little different this year, we all know why. And that's because Moose the Mark is back in the Survivor Series. And when it comes to leadership, when it comes to ingenuity, when it comes to the ruthlessness that it takes to captain a Survivor Series team, I can tell you this, Brainiacs, I am not that man. If elected, I will not serve. If chosen, I will not lead. I am a follower. I'm the best follower you've ever seen, but I'm not a leader. So whoever does win the Survivor Series team captain, when all the legal votes are counted, I will hereby pledge to follow you until the final bell rings. Congratulations, whoever it is that isn't me.
And now, Marburger Baked Hams presents the Thanksgiving tradition. This is the Survivor Series. This is the best of the best. Brainbuster Radio.
You only learn the way you are inside when life gives you the test. Will you back down, turn and run, or stand up with the best? When your back's to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me like it's hard? It's no holds barred. Most people only know the easy way. They'll always close their eyes. Will you make the same excuses? Will you buy into their lies?
How the hell you doing, Brainiacs? Long Island Iced Tea here, ready to talk programs with you. How do you do this? I don't know. We might have to relearn together because it's Brainbuster Radio and we're back because our bellies are empty and it's Thanksgiving and we got to eat. It's Survivor Series. It's the best of the best. And how are you going to have anything called best of the best without Brainbuster Radio, Vin Man? I don't know.
I don't know either, Long Island. This is Survivor Series. It is a Thanksgiving tradition unlike any other, and we are just 6 days away from Survivor Series. I cannot wait to see this.
No. Vin Man, you're mistaken. Survivor Series is just less than 2 days away because it's on Sunday, not on Thanksgiving.
No, it's always on Thanksgiving. Everybody knows that, especially when The Undertaker is going to be there. I hope it's the real one. I just cannot wait for this Thanksgiving Day, Jumpin' Jacob J. Just a tradition that is, as old as anything we've seen in this country.
Yeah, Vin, man, let's not jump the gun. We don't want to talk about the main event quite yet. But yeah, people are going to be chanting, "Feed me more. Feed me more" Sunday night, and they're going to get maybe more than they possibly want.
Brainiacs, tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. Brainbuster Radio is streaming on all the social media gimmicks because we have the power now. Thanks to the Sultan of social media, a man called Wired, who has outdone himself. Look at us, Wired. We're live video streaming on multiple platforms at once. All sorts of fancy graphical gimmicks. We are flawless. Milk Sonis is producing this thing already flawlessly, and really you put him in a great position to win for Survivor Series. So you're a strong candidate for captain. I will not deny that.
You asked for coast to coast. I gave you ocean to ocean. This is all across the world. A man called Wired delivered in a year that nobody is delivering, I think, other than Brianna Bella. But in 2020, a man called Wired delivered like no other. It's everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn. We're everywhere.
It's a regular Brady bunch here.
It is, and look at us. Look, we got the best of the bunch here. Look at him. Milk Sonis is looking great. Yo soy el Capitan Calzones, he's calling himself. Milk Sonis, what do you plan on eating for Thanksgiving, torta wise? Milk Sonis. Mil? Why is he not talking?
He's already started eating the tortas a little early.
Wired, are you sure this is a tip-top program?
He's still in Mexico. I don't know what the internet's like out there. There you go.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right. Well,
his mouth must be full.
If Milk Sonis wants to be the captain, he'll be the strong, silent type of captain, I guess. Moose the Mark is here on the internet gimmicks. Moose the Mark. Don't be Mute the Mark today. That's all I'm hoping, because you may be a follower, but we want to hear what you have to say.
Like, that's the thing. You got a great idea. I'm going to give you my all. I'm going to go 110%. But you're a team captain. That means a lot of meetings. It means a lot of, I got to be writing emails. I got to coordinate. I got to make the group text. It's just a lot of work being the team captain. And frankly, I think my talents are best served elsewhere.
Moose, we know you're a little overwhelmed from the Wrestling Observer newsletter Hall of Fame that came out this past week. So we're not gonna grill you too much on that one today.
Well, we talk about the fake Undertaker, Moose the Mark. Something is a little off. I think this is the fake Moose the Mark.
Is this the fake Moose? Is it the fake Moose the Mark? Yeah, but we have the real Undertaker here sitting in live on the video stream of the show today. So everybody give it up to the real Undertaker, who is joining us before he has his farewell later this Sunday. So
that kind of looks like the guy from Count's Customs back there with all the hot sauces. You know what I'm talking about? I think maybe we had a road picture sneak in there.
Well, we're gonna check in with the under.
How did you book this guest? Did you get in on those very limited edition podcast guest appearances he released yesterday?
Yeah. We actually booked it through his Cameo. We scrounged up all the money, and we got the real Undertaker to join the show today via Cameo, and it's going to be a Taker fest. Triple J, you're going to really enjoy today, because not only are we going to talk Kenny Omega entering the Meltzer Hall of Fame, we'll also talk a lot of Undertaker today.
Yeah, we're going to be we could talk exclusively Undertaker, and I know some of us would not object to that, but we have to talk Survivor Series 2020, best of the best. Some people are saying no titles are on the line. I think a lot of titles are on the line. Brand Supremacy, Soul Survivor, Captain, Real World's Champion. I think there's a lot of them.
Oh, the Real World first and secondary championship on the line. I mean, this is such a big match on Sunday. Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns, best of the best, because it's really a chance to, I feel like, settle this score once and for all. There's a long rivalry between these two guys, but also it feels personal to me because I've always felt the way Roman Reigns feels going into this match. It's always like, Long Island can't make it, get Wired to do it. That's what's been going on for a while on this show. So I'm really in line with Roman Reigns for this match on Sunday.
Are we doing this again where we're starting with the main event when we start with we did this.
No, we're not starting the main event. We're just
casual conversation here.
We're just casual conversation, just also talking about how I am the top of the food chain here, sitting at the head of the table, and really you're my consigliere, the secondary guy.
If you don't drink a pop,
great representative,
you cannot
though.
sit at the head of a table. Excuse me, sir, very much. Okay, you
drink
water with the little kids at the kid table.
No, you drink $142 Scotch whiskey from your father-in-law's liquor cabinet. That's what you do. And that's a milkshake. All right, so we got a lot lined up today, Brainiacs. We've got to go through all the Survivor Series matches. We've got to celebrate The Undertaker. If you feel like celebrating a guy who's just a normal man, I don't know. We might have to talk about that a little bit because I don't see the big whoop about The Undertaker at this point. Moose the Mark, I don't know if you're going to be on my team when we get into that later on, but that might be what ultimately ends Brainbuster Radio. I feel like it's going to get real heated.
Yeah, I can't wait to
about
see
this mortal man.
I love in the Observer whenever a wrestler retires, Dave sort of lists them out, and I can't wait till I see Mean Mark Callis's entrance. I think now that he's sort of been humanized a little bit, I think we could get back to really the character that introduced the world to him in the first place.
Well, we'll talk about him in a little bit, but first, Triple J, what's causing all this? Where are we starting?
Like we said, what's causing all this? Best of the best, and I'm not only talking about Brainbuster Radio, but Survivor Series 2020. Oh, we're going to briefly mention this. We're going to have a big battle royal from both brands on the kickoff show. Now, Wired and I were talking a little bit about this. We don't know if there's going to be one for the men, one for the women. They're going to, put them all together, or how that's going to go. But it's something that we have to mention. I don't know if anybody has any early favorites on that.
It's a dual brander too, Triple J. I think that's a lot of guy Is there a woman battle royal too? Are there 2 battle royals?
We don't know that yet.
Wait, why are they having battle royals at Survivor Series?
Well, because
the Royal Rumble is
it's the best of the best.
2 months away.
Those are 2 completely
the Royal
different
Rumble
things.
is not a
Moose.
battle royal. Come on.
But they're gonna have 2 battle royals at the Royal Rumble in 2 months. So they're gonna have
Those
2
aren't battle
royals.
royals. Those are royal.
Those aren't battle royals.
Okay, they're battles. They're battles royal. Excuse me.
That this is still the real Moose the Mark.
They're battles royal. Excuse me. I didn't realize we're gonna be so pedantic about grammar.
This is
What-
wrestling.
whatever.
There's a battle royal and a Royal Rumble. Those are 2 completely different things. We don't have to be pedantic
Whatever.
to reach us.
Who cares about those matches? What about who's hosting the kickoff show? That's what Vinman and I care about. Booker T is going to be there. I assume will Jerry Lawler be there? Will the Gobbledygooker be there? What's going to go on with the panel, Vinman? That's what I care about.
I haven't seen any large eggs on WWE television.
Maybe they're trucking them. Maybe they're trucking them in right now.
I hope so.
On a flatbed.
Yeah, you got to think. Booker's going to be there. I would expect Shawn Michaels to be at this. It just seems. I don't know if appropriate's the word, but it just seems right.
Would you call HBK Mr. Survivor Series in addition to
No.
Mr. WrestleMania?
No, not at all. Randy Orton,
is
right?
Mr.
Randy Orton's got to be.
Probably,
He's always the sole survivor.
He ain't even there this week because he just lost his damn title, got kicked in the face like a bitch-ass fool, as Mil Calzones would say. He's not even there.
That's what he wants you to think.
Oh, I'm picking for the Battles Royal. I'm going with any member of Team Alpha, Triple J. I'm going with either Chad Gable or Otis. Those are my picks.
I got to go with the odds-on favorite once again in these specialty matches, the Big Show. How are you going to throw that guy out?
He main evented WrestleMania this year,
right.
so it's true.
You know, you keep saying that, Triple J, but the man has won, I think, 1 battle royal in his entire life. So they find a way to throw it.
Oh, I'm sure he's won more than 1 battle royal.
Yeah, he has.
Good man. He probably won 1 battle royal in his first month of WCW,
but he didn't
right?
beat Shaq. That's very true.
That's right. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Well,
Only one.
but also between those two, who's the one that backed down from the challenge? I don't think we've ever fully got the story on that.
Well, Shaq apparently has his eyes set on different promotions right now.
Moose the Mark, who you picking to win one of the Battles Royal, and how and who do you think the virtual WWE Thunderdome crowd will be behind?
Honestly, Long Island. I think you guys have known this. I've been a sort of not super in depth with the current wrestling, but I always know who to turn to when I'm in doubt of not only what matches are happening, but who's going to win them. And so I go to my guy, the first guy that comes up on Google search results for Survivor Series card, my boy at CBSSports.com, Brent Brookhouse. So I'm just going to go with his picks for this.
Shout out to Brent Brookhouse, longtime brainiac. Long time.
I'm going to give, this is the insight of this article that was finished about 10 minutes after SmackDown ended. I'm going to go with the Dual Brand Royal Kicks-Off show. No participants have been announced, but it will include members of both Raw and SmackDown. Pick Lars Sullivan. Got to go with Lars Sullivan on this one. The Freak.
Don't call him the Freak. I wouldn't call him the Freak if I were you.
I won't call him the Freak.
I'll call him the racist and also the horny guy. The racist horny guy. That's what I'll call him. He's the
Look, man, this guy's CBSSports.com, the Columbia Broadcasting System. All right, these guys are the best of the best. It's a lock. Lars Sullivan is a lock. I'm telling you.
Well, that sounds like some good insight, but I'm still sticking with the emotional pick of Otis here. What about you, Wired?
There's so many wrestlers involved with all this. I feel like you're gonna have to go with one of the hottest groups ever, I think, in professional wrestling, especially going today, and that's the Hurt Business. And I'm going with my man Shelton Benjamin to win this battle royal.
A tag wrestler. Wow. What about MVP? You don't think he'll be participating?
No.
What about? Oh, you know, I'm taking my pick back. I'm going with Slapjack. Sorry, I'm going with Slapjack.
Jack.
I'm going with Slappy Jack. Real Undertaker. Who you got? Real Undertaker. All right, cool. What about you, Vin Man?
Oh my goodness! I'm just racking my brain thinking about who could win this, and every name that pops up, they're already involved in a match already. But I'm going with somebody that hasn't really been talked about a whole lot, and that is AJ Styles' associate, that bodyguard that he has. I'm picking him to win this battle royal.
His name came
They
up
said
on
his-
Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
Manute Bol, I think, right?
No, it's not.
It's not
I'm thinking about somebody else.
super tall. His name was like Adios or something, or See ya later. It was something like that. It was like an actual word. Tall guy. AJ Styles, tall guy. Do you
Well, I'm changing my pick. I'm picking Riddick
You
Moss.
just made your pick.
Riddick
Picking
Moss.
Riddick Moss?
I thought you were going to go with Dolph Ziggler.
Well, either or Arturo Huas, maybe.
Vinman is just struggling, clinging on to the Raw Underground, which nobody remembers except Vinman already. But it didn't end too long ago, right? The last episode of Raw Underground was maybe 3 months ago.
What about Dalbacato?
Yeah, he's another guy you gotta consider. I'm sure he's still recovering from his battle with Braun Strowman, but
There has not been a match that had a big fight feel since Dabba-Kato and Braun Strowman.
there hasn't been an episode of Raw that had a big fight
Yeah,
feel.
that's true. I hope they put that on
all
the
I know-
t-shirt.
All I know is that was so long ago, but now if you actually Google Raw Underground, you're going to get a whole different search result.
Lars Sullivan first.
We'll stay away from that.
when you're when you're talking about the Raw Underground, well, I don't know.
PS5 remote status there, Long Island. Let's
You're getting it. Yeah, you're gonna need your PS5 remote handy if you know what I mean. Moose the Mark, put that down. We're not streaming this live on RedTube yet. All right, what match do we have next? Triple J.
Let's talk about Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion 1-on-1 at SummerSlam. I mean, the Survivor Series. Sasha Banks taking on Asuka here. I don't know. Does Sasha have her number? Maybe she does. I don't know. A lot was said on SmackDown this week. I could understand some of it, and like I've been saying, I like them both.
But what about Carmella? She has just been, haunting Sasha Banks.
You think she's going to jump her, and Sasha will win by disqualification?
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, that is my pick. Yeah, Sasha by
Carmella's your pick?
DQ.
Okay.
So,
Well, now,
Carmella,
here's the thing.
have you?
Go ahead. Long.
Go ahead, Wired. Okay, I would just want to say, Carmella, I've never seen someone just turn their game around so drastically just by devoting themselves to drinking champagne. I mean, that's all really she's changed about herself. And now look at her. Carmella's in the title picture. I mean, it shows you what a little bit of the bubbly will do for you, Wired.
A little bit of the bubbly, indeed. Some time away from the business might change somebody's attitude of maybe not coming in the sneaks and coming in with those 6-inch high heels. I will say that. Look, the last time these two fought, I think it was at SummerSlam?
Do you think she steps on Corey Graves' ball sack with those high heels? I bet he loves pain.
Was it SummerSlam Triple J where these two faced off? Where
It was a couple months ago.
It's
It's nobody was there. That's all I remember.
That is very true. Nobody was there. I was there, setting records as always. I'm gonna take Sasha. She has a different mindset, different attitude. Asuka did not. I haven't seen much out of Asuka really lately, so I'm going with Sasha.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with both of you guys. Maybe not for the same reasons, but I think Sasha, she's going to have a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. As you all know, she was uncredited in The Mandalorian, which I thought was very unprofessional myself. So I think she has something to prove. So I'm going Sasha in this one also.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, Triple J. I'll let Moose the Mark go, but I have some words on that.
Let me just ask one question. Which one is Carmella's friend?
Carmella's not friends with anybody. Carmella drinks champagne now. She steps on Corey Graves with high heels.
Okay.
And
She has a problem
and she
with
kicks-
Sasha Banks.
And she
right.
kicks Sasha Banks in the head a lot.
So here's what's going to happen. I think, kind of going to the earlier point with the DQ, I'm going to do the Price is Right version, $1 add to that prediction. I'm going to predict that Carmella will not cause a DQ, but she will cause a distraction of some sort. And having been distracted, the person she doesn't like will get rolled up, pinned, and lose. So I pick Asuka, much like my man Brent Brookhouse. And I want to add one more thing from his, because this is really insightful. Banks and Asuka may not be a fresh pairing, but the duo always deliver high quality matches.
They've played each other a lot in these wrestling match
Right.
games.
It's not that
Moose the
kind of.
Mark.
It's not that kind of. It's not that once in a lifetime big match feel like a Sasha versus Bailey match would have.
Fuck it. I'll watch Okada take on Tanahashi every single day of the week. So give me Vornado and Asuka all day. Kana-chan and Vornado all day long. Is what I'm asking for here, Moose the Mark. Before I give my pick for the match, though, we do have, it looks like the creepy Virginian wrestling fan is chiming in here with us and has a few words to say about Carmella and Sasha Banks and their attire, possibly both wearing bodysuits on the same night.
Wait, hang on. I can't be within 50 feet of this guy. All right, there's an issue. There's a restraining order.
understand.
I can't be on the same thing with this guy. It's a whole thing. But all right, you can patch him on.
We'll patch him in. All right, creepy Virginian guy, you're here with all the brain busters except Moose the Mark, who hates your guts.
Yeah, I don't know what that guy's problem is. I always thought he was just kind of a jerk to me, and he's just really persistent in his harassment of me. So I'm just trying to be the better person.
That's okay. What do you have to say about Sasha Banks, star of The Mandalorian, and Asuka, star of the YouTube show Kana-chan TV?
Yeah, this is one of those matches that you always thought you'd never see, but always hoped you would. And this is just right up there. But if I could just ask you one question, do you guys think that Alley Cat would be a better fit for Impact Wrestling, or do you think it's time that she goes all in?
I'm saying Impact Wrestling because there's a lot of opportunity there, Triple J. What about you?
You want to be careful on Impact Wrestling because I think somebody got murdered on their TV a couple weeks ago. I don't even watch it. I think they're doing a Who Shot JR angle or something like that.
Was it you, creepy Virginian wrestling fan? Did you shoot one of the knockouts on Impact?
No, that's not true. I don't shoot them. I give them presents.
Amazon wish list.
Yeah, I buy their Amazon wish list. I give them really nice photos. I give them nice photos of their houses so they can see what they look like from the street. In case they wanted to make a picture for their house. It's just one of those things. But if I just wanted to ask y'all a question. Do you think there's any truth to the rumor that Thea Trinidad got fired because of an OnlyFans?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's definitely what the common take from that is that she got fired because she has an OnlyFans and a Twitch. There, creepy Virginia fan. Which actually brings me to a question I have for you: is do you subscribe to Rob Van Dam's wife's OnlyFans, Katie Van Dam? I forget her worked last name. And how much does it cost? I'm asking for a friend.
I'm not. I don't believe that person's a professional wrestler, is she?
Definitely, Impact
She's a
Wrestling
wrestler?
superstar, or
Oh,
knockout
okay.
star. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Katie Forbes. Forbes.
I have a certain set of needs that only a certain subset of entertainers on OnlyFans can handle, and if she doesn't handle that, she's not really on my radar. There's a lot of food involved. You need really high quality audio equipment to get what I'm going for, just to get all the chewing sounds and swallowing and the belching and stuff. So That's not really my scene, but all the best to her. In fact, if I could just ask y'all one question. I know it.
There's some ASMR for you, creepy Virginian fan. Go ahead.
Y'all think Angelina Love is ever going to get in the WWE Hall of Fame? I know she's never really been in there. But I mean, if Dwayne The Rock Johnson can induct Kid Shamrock,
Tatsumi Fujinami's in the WWE Hall of Fame, so she might have a shot.
I just think she deserves to be in there so much. And, I'm just going to make that my last work to get her in there.
Well,
so I just want to thank y'all. It's been a pleasure. And before I go, I just wanted to ask you guys something. Do you know if Diamante and the girl was on Lucha Underground? You know if they really hate each other in real life? Yeah, Evilise. Do you know if they hate each other in real life or if they're just like friends and it's all just not real?
I heard Kenny Omega had to break them up backstage, Triple J. What about you? What they say on Cornette's show about that?
Well, they're women, so I'm sure they hate each other. Can we move on to another match here?
Thank y'all, guys. It's been really fun. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye. It's the creep.
Let's just get Moose back. I didn't want to keep him off the hook for
while we wait for Moose the Mark. I'm gonna give all of our. Yeah, he's gone. But our ASMR brainiacs do want to hear some ASMR stuff on this week's show. So real quick, let me just give them the Giuliani here, and just a little. Can you hear that? That's all right. We can move on.
Can't hear that.
That's what a cat. Yeah, that's.
Let's move on.
Just wiped a booger on myself live on TikTok. 2020. All right, Triple J.
Let's move on to champion of
what a booger.
Champion of the world versus champion of one country. Of course, I'm talking about Sami Zayn versus Bob Lashley here.
Wait a minute, time out. Which one's the champion of one country?
Bob Lashley.
But isn't he the European champion?
Oh,
that's not a thing anymore. Where's our truth in all this?
Our truth is the I-10 I-95 South European television champion. Numbnuts, get it right. Come on.
Bobby Lashley,
Totally
United
different
States champion, taking on Sami Zayn, Intercontinental Championship, slimy Sami Zayn. I don't know if he's going to be able to escape from the powerful grasp of Bob Lashley.
Sami Zayn is like water, Triple J. How are you gonna full Nelson water? Sami Zayn is so just smooth and beautiful and the best representative you could ever ask for the world. I can't wait till the aliens come and see who represents us. And Sami Zayn, who is up there just behind the big dog for my favorite wrestler right currently. I'm in love with everything he's doing, and I'm so happy somebody finally scared The Undertaker away. After Roman Reigns ended his career, Sami Zayn was the one that scared The Undertaker away for good. So thank God for Sami Zayn. I can't wait till he beats Bob Lashley.
I don't think that's going to happen. First of all, look at the picture of these two. Yeah, this is I just can't get over this poster.
Man,
Sammy looks like an Oblivion character. He looks like someone from Elder Scrolls. Someone will get that.
I get that. But I'm back in the hurt business here. They are what professional wrestling is all about. Just beating people up right now. The hurt business is on the top of their game, and I just don't see any way Sami Zayn is going to get out of the way of the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I think the best way to sum this up, Vin Man, is one of these guys looks like he's staying at a 5-star hotel, and the other one looks like he's changing the sheets at a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm with you. I'm going with Bobby Lashley on this one.
What are you talking about? One guy is a great liberator who's on the front lines of humanity fighting for rights, and the other guy is a big-ass pussy who avoids Brock Lesnar and hides behind the genius of MVP. This guy does not belong in the same ring as Sami Zayn.
Well, there's a lot of people trying to avoid Brock Lesnar, and if you're smart enough to associate yourself with MVP
and Jake Hager, why don't you... Where are you, Bob? Where are you, big bad Bob? You're so scared of all these guys, and now you're trying to get in the ring with Sami Zayn. Get out of here.
Well, I'll say this about Jake Hager. Yes, he was victorious in his last bout, but he got the shit kicked out of him. Make no mistake about that. Yeah.
Who won? Who won the fight?
He won
the fight?
Who
won the fight? That's all that matters.
Yeah, and that is all that matters. But I wouldn't say he looked great doing it. But either way, Jake Hager ain't walking through that door next Thursday. It's going to be a Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn.
It's Sunday. Sunday. So don't confuse the Brainiacs. It's Sunday.
So, Heat is on Sunday. I get that. But Thursday, Survivor Series, Bobby Lashley is going to win via submission.
It's funny you mentioned this whole get his ass kicked, look like shit during the match, but then still pull out a victory. Because that's what I feel is going to happen with Sami Zayn. He's going to get the shit kicked out of him. He's going to look like he's the weakest person ever to compete in a wrestling ring, but he's going to win this match. Bobby Lashley,
he's so smart.
For some reasons, just
he's
not
worldly.
at the same mental capability as Sami Zayn for obvious reasons, of course.
I don't know what those reasons are. I just know that Sami Zayn is just on it. He did you see what he did to Apollo Crews last week, Mr. Morris? Mark, I know you were watching. He tore the ring apron off. He tore the ring apron off. This is why WWE really needs to just put LED boards around all the aprons, because a guy like Sami Zayn's going to take advantage and tie Apollo Crews' leg up to the ropes that are holding down the canvas on the ring at the apron. It was a genius move. He won by countout, which is a victory. He moves on to face Bobby Lashley. I can't wait to see how he outsmarts him and embarrasses him. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bob Lashley standing buck-ass naked, not knowing how his shorts fell off his waist in the middle of the ring, looking like that one big dude with his dick hanging out in that meme. That he's going to look like that guy at the end of this match.
Do you think he'll look as confused as The Undertaker was at WrestleMania 33 with the big dog in the ring?
He's going to be
Spinning in circles.
just spinning around looking for where the fuck are my underwear? What the hell happened? Also, the Hurt Business
dragging on the mat. That'd be great.
The Hurt Business, a poor man's inner circle. No poor man's nothing is beating Sami Zayn. This is all Sami Zayn, Moose the Mark.
Yeah, for as much dominance and posturing that THB has demonstrated in their brief existence, at the end of the day, when you want to talk about when you want to talk about factions, you want to talk about intimidation. Look, at the end of the day, the THB, the Hurt Business.
No one is calling it.
I'm calling them THB.
I am from now on. Although when you say that, now I just picture Bobby Lashley walking to the ring like
they should have leave.
The hybrid too, baby. That'd be a good feud. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I look. All you need to know is THB is not in the new hit video game Gears of War 5 as downloadable grizzled Space Marine characters. The New Day is. And if THB can't even get into like the video game that like Dave Bautista's in that's on Xbox, then Bobby Lashley does not deserve to win the United States champion, does not deserve to beat the Intercontinental champion. All right. So I'm going with Sami Zayn here, much like my boy at CBS Sports.
Well, I don't know about that guy. What did he say about the fact that the Intercontinental title is far superior to the U.S. title, which is going to be proven in this match, Moose the Mark? Because I know Vin Man is deathly afraid that everyone's going to finally realize that fact after this one.
This guy brings up a really good point. He has remained dominant since winning the title, but his focus has largely been on his role in the Hurt Business and his focus on their ongoing issues with Retribution. His head's not in the right place, man. It's all about that belt. Darby Allin is all about that belt. He worships that belt. Bobby Lashley, he's fighting
Darby Allin. What's he have to do with this match?
Well, you're talking about guys with second-tier titles. Okay. Darby Allin just won't shut the fuck up about it.
Well, he's the champion of a great cable channel. I mean, he represents Charles Barkley. He represents Kevin Bacon's wife. He represents
They just played
Rizzoli
Jingle
and
All the Way
Isles.
tonight. Jingle All the Way
that's
was
That's a great movie.
Jingle All the Way was on Darby Allin's network tonight.
I think actually what we need to ask ourselves here, Triple J, do you rather represent a country, a bunch of nations, or a cable channel?
It's. I can make a compelling argument for any of them, but in the sake of time, let's move on. Well, we've got.
Wait, real quick before we do, I'm right now declaring myself the Pluto TV champion.
You can have it, brother. Moose the Mark was leading us into this next match. Of course, you got the New Day taking up the grown-up grown-up house party going as the Street Profits in this one. You got tag champs versus tag champs. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of flips in this one, and I'm pretty sure they're all going to hug at the end of the match. That's all I can guarantee.
I can't wait. It's going to be great competition.
Are the New Day finally going to put people over? I mean, my God, these
probably
selfish guys are just always trying to steal the spotlight from young talent.
Wait a minute.
This is where the Street Profits really need to go over, don't you think, Moose the Mark?
This is this is the stage. The Thunderdome is the stage where new stars are born, right? That's where people can debut, get over, really cement themselves.
Get out of here with this bullshit, Moose the Mark sarcasm. You know the Thunderdome is where problematic superstars go to hide from fans. But this match should be in front of millions of fans because you got 4 absolute fan favorites, Moose the Mark. What's CBS saying about that shit?
This is the first time ever match, assuming they didn't do it on SmackDown, did they? We're going to give you a preview of the match by having the match.
No.
They didn't do that, did they? Because they do that a lot.
No, they tagged together. They tagged together on SmackDown.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the first time ever match. It has the potential to be the best match held in a WWE ring in 2020 if given the time to live up to its potential.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think anyone.
How many minutes do you think they'll be given?
Including entrances.
Yeah.
18. I'm going 18.
That's fair.
With the amount of matches on this match, I feel like they'd get almost a solid 20 in this. I don't know what kind of paradox we're in now, by the way, where we're giving people whether or not they get over or not. You got to earn it. The New Day don't let people get over on them because they don't let people get over on them because they beat them. It's not the New Day's job to let people beat them. They got to go out there and fight. And I'm very disappointed in you, Vince. You break my heart. What happened?
Well, everybody knows
man.
Kofi Kingston has been training under Shawn Michaels as a politicker for quite some time. You know, he was able to weasel his way
20
into
years,
that
one title match. Jesus.
He was able to weasel his way into that WrestleMania title match. You know, I don't know.
Kofi was the first one to delete his Twitch channel. That's true.
I think
he got rid of that real quick.
Him, right?
I just want to see if D'Angelo Dawkins can work heel in this contest.
Who, Triple J?
Is that what you think's going to happen?
D'Angelo Dawkins? Isn't that
He's going to work heel?
D'Angelo.
What's his name? I can't remember.
D'Angelo?
Yeah.
I don't think it's D'Angelo.
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo Dawkins.
Are you sure?
All right, we're all. If nobody else knows this for sure, you're all questioning whether you're right or wrong. So let's all look this up right now.
Dawkins. I'm telling you that.
Angelo, okay.
Angelo. All right.
I was very close.
Actually, look that up. I don't know. He might be
Angelo and Montez. Okay, I said D'Angelo. That's extremely close.
Are you sure?
He was only one letter off.
That's right.
Who's that?
D'Angelo. Yeah.
Isn't that him?
No, take that off right now.
Not quite.
Did we all make
Real
picks?
Undertaker.
Any of us have
Real
made
is that Real Undertaker can tell if someone's the real someone. Real Undertaker, is that the real member of the Street Profits, D'Angelo Dawkins? No. Okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead, pick Triple J. Who you got winning?
Oh, the New Day's gonna win.
Do you think this is the best match in WWE in 2020?
I'd have a very difficult time telling you what the best match in WWE in 2020 is. if there's a heel team in this one, it could be very good, but there isn't, so it's going to be forgettable. I'm sorry, it is.
I think the best part of this tag match has been the build-up backstage between
Yeah,
the two teams, trying to get as much insight as possible on each team based on talking to former partners or Billy Kay trying to get in there and let them know that, hey, if you want some insight on the people on Raw, I got you back.
When you
Billy
want
Kay-
insight, you go to Billy Kay.
Billy Kay needs to send us her resume, and we'll look that over. We could find a job for her here at Brainbuster Radio. The Marburger Corporation still hiring in 2020. A lot of companies aren't, but they are, and Billy Kay could find a good spot here, maybe analyzing this match for us. This match, what about, Vinman, the Street Profits serving L-shaped foods to Big E? Do you think that was in poor taste?
I don't know if it was in poor taste, but you got to gain an edge any way you can.
Good-natured ribbon.
And I think Triple J's right on this. Somebody's going to have to work heel in this match. I think does it put a lot of pressure on the agent for this?
What
match?
What if I'm predicting the New Day will Xavier Woods is going to take off his spike-shaped boot and stab D'Angelo Dawkins in the eye with it?
I could see that.
That sounds like
his
a program I'd like to see more of.
And then he'd laugh
Iron
about
Sheik
it.
style. Yeah, and then he laughs, and Big E comes out and gives him a big hug, and they laugh as D'Angelo Dawkins is looking for his eye, and then Rey Mysterio comes out and says, "Let me teach you my ways," and then they become a big partnership.
I'll tell you something right now. All that Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins, who is that? Mercury or Murphy?
Buddy Murphy.
That
Buddy
crap
Mercury
is some of the worst shit, piece of trash wrestling I have ever seen in my life. I cannot believe that's been on television for what seems like years. And it's
Fox asked for it.
They should
Fox
be embarrassed
drafted
for
them.
that.
Fox drafted them to their brand so that they could have that storyline on Fox. Just keep that in mind.
Moose the Mark, what is Uncle Dave and/or CBS Sportsline saying about Fox wanting the Mysterio family solely just so they could get Aaliyah Mysterio and her acting skills?
Oh, Jesus. I love
Mute the Mark makes his first
Mute the
appearance
Mark
on
is
today's
back.
program.
CBS Sports says
About Aaliyah Mysterio.
I know. CBS Sports says Aaliyah Mysterio is a young girl about 17 years of age. She is Rey Mysterio's daughter.
a great Wikipedia
Why would it-
profile.
Again, this guy's the best. He's the best.
That's great. That's
I've heard
best.
they're trying to get her a guest spot on Lone Star 911, at least.
Just facts, no fiction. I'm digging it. It's better than Dave Meltzer, I'll tell you that much right now.
I think she's the gator on The Masked Singer, if you ask me. That's
What about the Masked Dancer?
Yeah, I don't think she has the footwork for it yet. Aaliyah Mysterio, it's no wonder she lured Murphy away from that piece of shit Seth Rollins. So I'm all for it, Vin Man. In the end, Seth Rollins looks like a chump who got played by a 17-year-old girl in that program, which I laugh heartily at every single night. So it was painful to watch, but in the end, it all worked out, I think. So
Who's going to be
we
the
can
bigger?
move on.
Who's going to be the bigger Mysterio 1 year from now? Ray, Dominic, or Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
Oh my god!
Aaliyah, for sure.
If any of them are employed by WWE, that's a huge mistake.
Aaliyah is the Miley Cyrus of WWE. She's going to be bigger than her dad.
She's just a girlfriend right now. I mean, does she even have a contract?
I have not seen someone
think-
so much like Miss Elizabeth on WWE TV in a long time. She is the grace,
Vidman, I think
the
it's just
elegance.
it's just a handshake deal right now.
It must
Triple
be.
J, let me ask you
It
this.
must.
Do you think there's going to be issues between Murphy and Aaliyah at some point here in the near future? Because we all know Murphy left Alexa Bliss when she turned 21.
I wasn't as in tune to that as you are, but yeah, I don't know. That's 4 years from now, so I don't know.
Real quick, before we move on to the next match, Wired, speaking of Alexa Bliss, who do you rather bang, Murphy or Ryan Cabrera?
Oh, Murphy. Ryan Cabrera just looks like... He looked like Sami Zayn in the last match we just talked about.
I
Not.
think that's sexist.
Sure.
I'm
making
going
me
Ryan
pick.
Cabrera all day.
What?
You going Ryan
The man
Cabrera?
can't even pay for his own engagement ring.
Murphy's Australian. You know what kind of things he'd do to you in the sack? I mean, just we've heard about Billy Kay and what she's done, and Peyton Royce
was Billy
on
Kay
on this show. We've heard
Billy
it.
Kay and Peyton Royce be saying about Buddy Murphy?
Oi, you fucking a Mexican girl. What's that like? What's that like? Going down under. Now you're going south of the border. Yeah, fuck yeah. Save me some of that, Murphy. She call you buddy.
That's some fucking carne asada right there, I bet. Down there.
Oi! Do the Mexicans girls have beef curtains, or do they call them carnies? What are they called down here?
All right, just to make sure we're still allowed to broadcast the next time, let's move on to another match right now.
That's why we have no Australians on this show, and why I choose Murphy. Or Cabrera over Murphy. They are foul people. Sorry, Australia, but I'm not with it.
The women's
I'm
Survivor
anti-Australian.
Women's Survivor Series match: Team Raw, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Peyton Royce, Lana, and Lacey Evans taking on the SmackDown team of Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and I guess question mark right now. Unless
No,
Wyatt.
I love how
It's confirmed.
Is it confirmed?
It is confirmed.
So
Bailey and
Natty, you
Natalia.
were talking about.
I love how you go on WWE.com, Triple J, and they only show the Raw team on the graphic for that match.
They do. I wonder if there's some, some bias, or they're trying to influence the line. Possibly.
I'm picking
not
the
sure.
Raw team because of that. Because I mean, they're not even promoting the SmackDown team.
I think the Raw team is just better.
there is such a divide between the Raw team right now. You are out of your mind. This is ridiculous.
I'll tell you something right now. Outside of Bianca Belair, I don't think anybody on the SmackDown team can contend with Nia Jax or Shayna Baszler, or maybe even Lacey Evans for that matter. This is a squash. I'm
Bayley
sorry,
held her
it's a
title
squash.
for over a year.
Who?
Bailey. She's a champion.
I
She's a
get
role
it, but is there
Yeah, but she
really
had-
in this match? I mean, she
She
doesn't
had the
really
help
seem
of
like
she had the help of a Mandalorian for the whole year too, though. I mean, she doesn't have one of those anymore. She has no chance.
I think if you're Team Raw, you put in Shayna Baszler, and you just let her eliminate 3 or 4 people, and if she needs a breather, tag out.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where in a match like this, I don't look at the teams. I look at the individuals who can survive.
I'm still looking at the individuals, and I'm going with Raw.
I'm going SmackDown. They've got Liv Morgan. She's been through hell. She's got a documentary about her life. She's a survivor. Bianca Belair. She's been through an SEC schedule as an athlete. She's a survivor. So they got 2 of them right there. I love Shayna Baszler, but that's one person on that team. Nia Jax, I mean, this is a psychopath who's going out there maskless and going all over Parlor and talking to crazy people who are spitting into her mouth at the beach. Crazy shit worried about her social media, worried about putting her own teammate through a table. I'm not with it. I'm picking the SmackDown team because they have people who can survive and are built for it.
I think Team SmackDown's going to be butthurt after this one.
It just shows the true signs that you are seeing. You're playing video games on a Friday night instead of watching wrestling. You're probably watching Monday Night Football instead of Monday Night Raw because there is a clear divide here. This Raw team was actually just put together because Shayna Baszler hurt Mandy Rose. They had to take her out of the match because Shayna Baszler attacked her own team. They've been putting Lana through tables for the last 6 years. This is ridiculous to even think that this team is going to survive in any way, shape, or form. And with Lana, that's already a loss. I mean, it's a 5-on-4 match at this point anyway. So you got to go with SmackDown.
Moose the Mark has stepped away, I think, to relieve himself or something. So we have to move on, Triple J, unless we have any more in this match. Do you have sole survivors for this one? This is a Survivor Series match. How many on the Raw side?
Oh man, we're picking against the spread here, I guess. I think Team Raw is going to win with 2 individuals.
Two individuals. So that
Yeah.
that would probably be Shayna and Nia Jax then,
So
huh?
you're
It
picking
would
the
be
exact score of 2-0 Raw. It's got to be like a plus 1,200 right there, Vince.
To bet the exact score?
Yeah, exact score.
some.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, to bet the exact score. Yeah.
I was hoping Moose the Mark would be here to give us that CBS Sports Line number on this one. I'm gonna go SmackDown. SmackDown wins 2-0. I like Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair as sole survivors, Vinman. SEC. I don't see any SEC athletes on the Raw side. They have a Marine. They have that going for them.
I agree with you. I think the world of Bianca Belair, but I just don't see how she could outlast Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Lacey Evans.
Yep.
And I think it's very important to keep those 3 looking strong right now.
Bianca
Shayna
Belair's
Baszler and a
still
good.
I'm pretty sure what that was.
Survivor Series. Moose the Mark's back. Moose the Mark. What's the CB? Survivor Series. Yay! Moose the Mark. What's the CBS Sports Line saying about the numbers for this match? How many will be left on the winning side?
All right, I'm going to read you the entirety of the
Please
pick
don't.
on CBS Sports from Brent
Line.
Brookhouse. So back in it, line by line. So I apologize if I'm taking any ad revenue.
Wait,
from,
Sultan, make sure you tweet at Brett Brookhouse after the show's over, so he
please.
sees how much love he got.
No. All right, ready? This is
Do you know
Yeah.
this guy personally?
no, I don't. It's literally the first thing when I googled Survivor Series 2020 card.
I feel like
his great SEO game. His SEO is on point. Sincerely, he's providing.
I
me a
feel like
service.
we're getting retributioned right now, and this Brett Brookhouse is Mustafa Ali, and
Mace
Moose
is
the Mark
behind
is
the
his
Twitter.
T-bar. Moose the Mark's T-bar doing all of his dirty work.
Look, I wouldn't be reading it if I didn't agree with his really in-depth picks. So you want to hear? All right, pick for the Women's Survivor Series elimination match. Team SmackDown wins.
I'm with that. That's what
There
I'm
you go.
picking. What does this do to the women's division in both brands, Triple J? If SmackDown or Raw wins, which way does it go either way? What can happen here? Do either of them ever get as close to as good as NXT's women's division?
Probably with all the injuries and inactives right now, probably not. But you could have potential tag team championship matches being set up in this one. I guess that's really the only thing I see coming out of it.
Now, Triple J, have you asked your sister how she feels about being dragged out of her best friend's?
What does that have to do with
Iconics?
this?
Hold on.
Let's not bring. I want to bring families into this. Wired.
It has nothing to do with this. Once again, there's no relation between myself and anyone current employed by WWE. Let's move on to the men's Survivor Series match.
Wait,
now.
time out. Triple J, can I ask a favor here before we get to the next matches? Can we get to this dead man already? Can we talk about him?
We're gonna wait for the main event to discuss.
We can't talk about the dead man right now.
We're gonna have to wait. That's the main event. We got to go in order.
I can't wait, Vinman. Come on, help me out here.
I think we might have to talk about him, Triple J, just because certain people might be having to go to sleep here in a little bit. Determine whether or not.
If they are, perhaps during this next match, you could type something in the chat so I could be a little more hip to this situation. Well, then
what's typed in the last match? That's what I'm telling you now.
It was already in there.
Where? Oh, we got time. This next one isn't going to take long. Let's talk about the men's Survivor Series match. Team Raw: AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Riddle, and Braun Strowman taking on SmackDown of Corbin, Rollins, Owens, Uso, and do we have a fifth for SmackDown?
It's probably Daniel Bryan.
Is that? I mean, he won, but I don't remember Michael Cole yelling that at the end of SmackDown.
Is it Daniel Bryan? who know Vin Man? Do
we
we know
don't
the
know.
fifth man? Moose the Mark. What's CBS say about the fifth man on SmackDown?
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Do we have a mystery?
According to CBS Sports, the Columbia Broadcasting System Sports.com, Team SmackDown still consists of Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and TBD.
Oh shit, Vin Man! We've got
Yeah.
an unnamed Survivor Series
It could be
participant.
anyone.
This is huge.
It could be anyone.
And I have a
Me?
very interesting idea of who it's going to be, and it's somebody
Ooh,
who's already
say it!
It's already
You
somebody
would
who's
be-
scheduled to be appearing on this card.
Right, Vin Man. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and say it at the same time because I think we're on the same wavelength.
Okay.
All right, this person who could be anyone in the whole world because it's TBD. So
my
who's
God.
gonna edge out Team SmackDown? Because you and me, we're
Please.
body guys. We have very
Please
similar
say
tastes in
Snitsky.
pro wrestling.
Please say
So-
Snitsky. Please say
All right.
Snitsky.
1, 2, 3. Kenny
Real
Omega.
Undertaker.
Oh.
Oh, both Hall of well, no, one of them's a Hall of Famer.
Only one.
All right.
All right, well, let's do that first. Triple J, we got to. Who's the fifth mystery man, and is it a Hall of Famer?
A current Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Current Hall of Famer. I'm going to say no. It's I think we're all going to be let down. It's going to be somebody on. It's going to be somebody.
It's gonna be
on
someone none of us like.
someone on the SmackDown roster right now.
I really hope it's Jimmy Uso. Then that's who I'm rooting for.
It's probably going to be.
That's yeah. It could be.
Wired?
Or,
We're talking SmackDown here. Who's made an impact? This
Who's the
last
fifth
couple
man?
Of weeks? Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with. Where's Big E? Is he hurt? Where's Big E?
He
Yeah,
was on
Big E's just
SmackDown
chilling.
tonight.
he's not booked.
He's eating catering, hyping up his teammates on Raw.
Yeah, it could
That's a
be
good
Big E.
pick. I'm gonna go with Otis or Chad Gable as the fifth mystery man. I don't think Kenny Omega or the Undertaker. Kenny Omega's gearing up to take on Mox, and the Undertaker is just a mortal man. He doesn't want any part of what goes on in a Survivor Series match where you have to be a special kind of person, and he's not special. So I'm going with Otis as the fifth man, and I'm picking Raw to win because they've got a great captain in AJ Styles.
I agree. I'm picking Raw on this one. A lot of beef on the Raw side, and significantly less of it on the SmackDown side. Plus, I mean, if we go, I don't know, Long Al. Let's go back to who throws the best super kick in this match right here. I hate to say, or no, it's probably Team SmackDown, probably Jey
Does anybody
Uso.
on Raw throw a super kick?
They have
Do you count the brogue kick?
no.
That's just a front.
It's a
front
It's a
kick.
great kick, though.
Hey, by the
It
way,
is.
The conversations between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre have been really fun to listen to.
Oh my goodness!
Where
it's
did
been great.
Where is
These
Sheamus
swords.
finding these giant swords?
They were stuck in stones for the past 2,000
Do you think he
years.
got him from that old Irishman that was helping Drew train for Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, Moose the Mark, you know about the law. What goes into exporting giant Scottish swords into the United States? What kind of customs they got to go through? How do you get that through? And then how do you ultimately get that to your friend if you want to gift it to him?
Well, there's actually quite a funny story about the sort of William Wallace, the hero of Scotland. You may know from Braveheart. Big confusion. Who should get the remains? Who gets the sword? Is this his real sword? Which king has it from which house and whatever? But so the law dating this probably goes back to around the 1200s or so. And I'm afraid that's just a little outside my
Well,
area of
actually,
expertise.
we're in luck because Triple J is an expert in ITAR, and he could probably tell us all about exporting export control compliance.
I
these things.
I won't bore you, but yeah, that's definitely some ITAR controlled products. You got to get a license through the State Department. I don't know if that would be in category 1, 2, or 3, but it's definitely in one of them. And that's, Seamus, he had to put this thing in, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, unless he was able to grease some palms at the State Department and get that rubber stamp on there quicker than it would usually take. But yeah, that's boring. But for the pick,
I actually was just listening to the governor, Jesse, the Body Ventura's latest podcast, and he was saying that Seamus is close friends with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. What's he doing at the State Department? They're gathering weapons for some sort of devious act at Survivor Series. Everybody must watch out for this. Please call your local congressman and let them know that they're up to no good on Survivor Series with Team Raw. So with that information, that informed me as well. Plus AJ Styles, Team Raw wins.
Yeah, I'm going Team Raw. Anybody else have to pick before we get a little bit of Undertaker talk in?
I think Team SmackDown wins.
How?
Oh, now you want to know? You
What?
segment, and now you want me to discuss why
briefly try to convince me how Team SmackDown is going to win this, because I don't see it on paper.
Have you seen Jey Uso lately? Nothing is stopping this man. And if you think he's going to be
I
able to
think
lose this match,
Keith Lee could stop him.
Braun
Strowman could stop him.
I think, all Braun Strowman needs to do is just fall on him, and that's it.
Daniel Bryan literally beat him not an hour ago, Wired. What are you talking about? Nobody's stopping him. He just lost.
Yeah, nobody's stopping him. He's on a losing streak.
He lost to
Daniel
Bryan. He lost to a little shrimp.
Well, Daniel Bryan's a hell of an athlete and a great wrestler, but Jey Uso's, he's not unstoppable. He's beatable.
Actually, you know what? I changed my
He'll
picks.
be
Raw
bruiserweight.
is on Team SmackDown. I'll go with Raw.
That makes sense.
God, what an literally a softball of a question and a pick, the easiest pick of the night, and you blew it. God, see, that is why you're the secondary champion of Brainbuster Radio. Behind me, who they call for the big boy stuff, like this segment we're about to get into,
best
Triple
is
J.
like 5 above, so I'm good.
You're my favorite number 2. You'll be my favorite number 2 forever.
A man called
But this
Wired.
is the head of the table.
What do you want to say about this Undertaker farewell? What do you think?
Going to bed? I'm fucking on the West Coast. It's this guy over here who's going to sleep.
Vin man, what would you like to say about the Undertaker? Is he going to be there? Is the real Undertaker going to be there? Will anybody unannounced be there? Will anybody come from under the ring?
I don't know if I don't think anybody's coming from under the ring, but we are seeing the real Undertaker here, no doubt about it. And there will be some unannounced individuals. But I will say this is not, I repeat, this is not the last of the Undertaker that we're going to see. I guarantee you that 100%. This is not the end. I've been...
Where are you getting this?
I can't believe this.
Is that milk at the end of that bar?
Listen, can you just live in
these pictures?
Vin man, just look. This is where I had Milkhouse owners prepare this so we can slap you in the face with some cold hard reality on today's show. The Undertaker is a mortal man. The Undertaker
looks
is
like
done.
shit in that one. Jeez.
The Undertaker is going away, and he is going away in as way more embarrassing fashion than he could have. He could have rode out off into the sunset the way he did at WrestleMania 33, but no. A couple embarrassing losses later, some really sad social media pictures later, an appearance on Hot Ones later, and now we're here. This is where we're at. This is peak 2020. This is the end of the world. This is the death of the Undertaker. It is going out with a whimper, not with a spear and a ooh-ah.
This isn't like Franco Harris putting on a Seahawks jersey or something.
It's
all right,
worse.
It's
He has
not
to wear a
that bad.
wetsuit to go into the ocean in the
Those are the
middle
rules.
of the Caribbean.
Those are the boat captain's rules. If you don't put on the suit, you don't get in the water. All right.
Why is the Undertaker following Captain Lee's orders? This doesn't make any sense.
Wearing
if I
white.
see the goddamn Undertaker on the Bravo channel, I'm gonna break some shit. And I have a feeling that's where we're headed.
A lot of these pictures are not the real Undertaker. I just want everybody to
Please tell me
realize
right
that.
now, real or fake Undertaker?
Moose the Mark, you're an expert in deep fakes. Is that the real Undertaker in that picture?
Yeah, well, the one way you can tell that it's not the real Undertaker is we all know the real Undertaker has a tattoo on his throat that says Sarah.
I don't know what that is.
So this doppelganger here, see, this is a photo of the real Undertaker because he has a tattoo on his
Kendall
neck
from
that says
Hell
Sarah.
And he's a dog lover.
It looks like
Never.
It looks like he's Flock Undertaker in that picture. And here's
that one looks like it should have for 34 cents a day. You can save you.
Vidman, whenever you say this isn't the last we've seen of The Undertaker, are you alluding that he's going to just make sporadic appearances, or
No,
he's going to wrestle again? Or
There is going to be one more match. I'm telling you.
he looks like he's gonna send someone $20 for their birthday in that picture.
That was not the real Undertaker.
Hey,
But
kid,
we
pull
are-
my finger.
There has to be one more match against Sting. I've been telling people this for 5 years, that there is going to be one more match against the Stinger, a midnight match at WrestleMania. I've been predicting it for the main event every single year for the past 5 years. This is going to be no different. It's happening this time. I could feel it. And
Yeah.
Stinger is going to be out there to challenge.
And Samoa Joe's gonna beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania too. That's gonna happen too, Vinman. You gotta just let it go, like I have. There's things that just won't happen.
With these hot sauces.
Triple J.
The Undertaker,
you watch
the Undertaker is drinking fucking milk, eating hot sauce.
Those could be White Russians. You don't know that.
Triple
So
J.
And if it's
sad.
milk, you better damn believe it's 2%.
I would have never ever thought I would live to see the day where I respect Steve Smith more, the legendary chicken wing eater, than the Undertaker. This is sad.
Vidman, what were you going to say there?
Triple J, you watched that Last Ride documentary.
Yes.
How could you possibly walk away from that thinking that he's done?
I don't think he's done. I think
That's what I'm saying.
I think Michelle needs more money. He can't be done. He wants to be, but he can't.
Dude, I can't wait.
Last
He's
match happens in front of people, in front of fans.
OnlyFans. That's where he's gonna have a match. The Undertaker's coming out on Sunday saying, "Find me on Cameo. Find me on Twitter. Hit me up on OnlyFans." I'm on Twitter at Real Undertaker. This is sad. This is maybe the worst thing that's happened in 2020. Triple J. Look at this man wearing a wetsuit, dressed like he's in a movie with Morgan Freeman right there. This is horrible. This is your Undertaker. Not mine.
All will be explained.
Yeah,
Undertaker.
I'm very confident that this is not the last that we're going to see him, and a lot of these pictures are not real.
Moose the Mark. What's CBS Sports Line saying about what could potentially happen with this farewell to the Taker man?
I mean, obviously, this isn't a site for your average pro wrestling fan. This is a site for like gamblers and odds makers and like bookmakers to like get the real insight about who's going to win or lose the matches. So they don't have anything else about this retirement here, unfortunately. Although it does say his final farewell is the end of the road, and his days in the rings are, quote, long gone.
Long
It's been a
gone.
thing for a long time, since WrestleMania 33. We all know that.
Should have just ended there. Well, hopefully this is the final nail in the coffin and it's all over. Mr. Survivor Series Sting is not walking through that door, Vin, man. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening.
I refuse.
Remember
This is gonna
Survivor
be-
Series 14 when Sting came into the ring? That was there. Oh, it was so good. Remember that, Vince?
You were there. Mil Calzones was there.
Yeah, exactly.
Call me up on Thursday night and tell me that.
I will admit some of these pictures
I'll-
look like the Undertaker will get lightheaded after raking leaves for about 10 minutes. Some of them, and I don't know if those are real or not.
I mean, this is the Undertaker hasn't been able to see his grandkids all year, and now he's going to go to the Thunderdome. It's so sad. Oh my God, he's drinking milk with chicken wings. That's all. I'm
That's what
I'm
you're
getting a shirt.
supposed to do.
Not
If
you're
you're
the Undertaker.
a mortal man, you have a better chance of seeing Action Bronson at Survivor Series, Vin Man, than Sting or the real Undertaker. Maybe the real Undertaker's dead, and this is the fake one that he fought all those years ago. Maybe
Yes.
that's what happened.
If that ended up being the actual explanation, I would believe that.
That's what I'm actually choosing to believe. This is like the Tony Clifton Undertaker, Triple J. This is not the real Undertaker.
Rest
refuse to
in
believe
peace.
Rest in peace! You slimy scumbag, rest in peace! I'll see you on my OnlyFans and Cameo. Fuck you!
Take it over and there's 2 glasses of milk.
What a
He's
pussy.
thirsty. Triple J, do you think he's going to come out to that George Strait music?
Oh,
With straight music.
that
with
would be
George.
really good. Like that tiger. Michelle made him buy that tiger.
And those are expensive.
Oh yeah. Imagine getting those things in the country.
Yeah,
This
they
is
don't-
French braid going down his fucking head.
This is kind of an aside, but did anyone go see Tony Clifton when he performed in Pittsburgh back in the aughts, back in the college
I
days?
I did.
Did
not.
you? I didn't.
Yeah.
I wish
Oh my
I
god.
would've.
It was awesome. You want to talk about a dead man who can really draw a house and keep us entertained? Mr. Tony Clifton. Not whatever this is on the pictures right here.
This is so sad. You got one company is promoting tip-top Hall of Fame athletes taking on biggest baby face of the year in a title match. You've got a rock and roll band partying in Vegas on one channel, and on the other one, they're trying to get you to watch their pay-per-view by saying, come watch this old man pitch you on his $1,000 cameo. It's sad, Vin Man. Where are we?
By the way, there are still
is this
2
hell?
cameos. There are 2 cameos left. If anyone wants to, Trevor Dame has been tracking all of the cameos availability on Twitter. There are 2 left. If anyone wants to, because we had to buy 28 of them to get the real Undertaker on this show for this long. We had to kind of buy them all in bulk, but our budget ran out. So there's 2 Undertaker cameos left.
You guys want to go in for the last 2? Vin Man?
If it's the real Undertaker, I wouldn't pay $1,000 for this
hold
guy.
on. I would, yeah. If he's gonna fucking film me in a fucking fedora while he's fucking on the beach holding a goddamn tiger, I
Well,
want
you
that
can
fucking
have
cameo.
special-
It better be a. It better be a fucking dark room with the Undertaker. not-
Can't you
Yeah.
have instructions? Isn't that how this works? Where you can
Yeah, but
request
he's the
certain
Undertaker.
things?
He's probably gonna be petting his fucking tiger while he's sipping on a.
Well, you can request that he's has
he's
a lot
eating
of dry
Jack in the Box
ice.
spicy chicken sandwich because he's a pussy. Get the fuck out of here. I want the real
Sure,
Undertaker.
I can't
on
believe
NFL.
you're saying these type of things.
I can't believe this man is on Instagram.
This is the man I idolized.
This is
when I
not
grew
the
up.
real
I used to
Undertaker.
draw- I used to draw little T's with X's all over my fucking binders.
This
Now
is the man that
legend.
was crucifying people on Monday
No,
nights,
it's not.
drinking blood. He wanted to stab Steve Austin in the chest.
Does that look like a guy who has a guy who's naked wearing a fanny pack follow him around? No.
Well,
This looks like a guy. This
Depending on
looks
the
like a guy
context,
who has
yeah.
loose Werther's originals in his pocket.
And he's asking you to reach in.
Wearing fucking a beanie in the snow. What a piece of shit. God damn it.
Ugh.
What happened to this man? He should have retired and never showed his face again. Now he's just-
I'm glad we talked this through though, because now I'm convinced on the Tony Clifton side there, Moose the Mark. WrestleMania 33, I think Roman Reigns legit killed The Undertaker, and now we've been seeing this imposter for the last 6 years or whatever it's been.
Exactly. It was The Undertaker's manager. It's Paul Bearer. Much like real life with Tony Clifton, Bob Zamuda, and Andy Kaufman. Paul Bearer,
This is Paul Bearer's child. I think this is Paul Bearer's son. This is who you're going to be seeing on Sunday, Vin, man. Are you hyped to watch Paul Bearer's son pretend to be The Undertaker?
Isn't that
cosplay
Kane?
on Sunday?
Isn't that Kane?
His other son.
Dude, we're down the rabbit hole, people.
Holy shit.
Kane got surgery to look like The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And did all this.
He was scarred already, so
Do you think
it's a good alibi.
Do you think if the Undertaker's gong hits this Sunday, Vin Man, this Sunday, that the wrestlers are just gonna roll around in the ring laughing?
I guarantee you the microphone in the Thunderdome spontaneously picks up some geek wrestler going, "I have goosebumps, dude."
It's the Undertaker.
It's the Undertaker. Oh wow, man!
Beanie wearing a button-down shirt.
I can't believe you guys are making a mockery of this.
He made a mockery of this.
I just can't. I got 6 days to prepare myself
for that.
For the real Undertaker showing up and announcing his final match.
I'm just upset that we've wasted so much time talking about him since Roman Reigns ended his career. What a waste of time over these last 5 years.
There may be some truth to that, but I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, I got 6 days to prepare to get ready for this. Before I go, Long Island, I just want to hear what that old Scotsman is telling Drew McIntyre to get ready for Roman Reigns.
Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about that match. Who's the first champion? Who's the secondary champion? And right now, Drew McIntyre is listening to that guy, Vin, man. He's telling him, Drew, you're going against the champion of all the champions, the best of the best. You got to go out there. You got to worry about only he. You can't worry about all the hoopla around that old man they're floating around out there who's not the real Undertaker, Drew. He's not. I'm telling you, Drew. Drew, don't pay attention when they tell you it's the Undertaker. Drew, you're distracting yourself. Worry about the big dog, Drew. Worry about the big dog.
That's what I wanted to hear.
That's good advice.
All right, I'll talk to you guys Thursday night.
That's Sunday night, Vin Man, for your disappointment watching the sad old Undertaker, who is not really the Undertaker. Triple J, can we move on from this old sack of shit?
Let's move on to something that I think is going to be very quick. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, the big dog, the tribal chief. I don't care what CBS says. I'm going to make it short and sweet. Roman Reigns.
I like that. I like that it's short and sweet there, Triple J. But we do have to give Drew McIntyre some credit. I love me some Drew McIntyre.
I'll give him credit.
He's a great.
This program is about picking the winner.
It is. But, I mean, to go out there and take the title right back from Randy Orton, very impressive, correct? You got to give that to him.
Yeah, he was gifted a sword before the match, which helped.
Use it.
But just the dopamine levels, you know.
What?
So you're saying
isn't that what hypes
much?
you up? Yeah. You know, am I using that word correctly?
I guess so. You're saying he got an unfair motivation? Can you be unfairly motivated by your friend?
It definitely helped him.
The only way that's illegal is if that sword was illegally brought into the country. That's the only way I would say that's wrong.
What would be the illegal equivalent, or I guess motivation for Randy Orton? I guess like a front row
To
full
gift
of,
him?
like women like V-cut dresses or something, right?
It would be difficult to focus.
I'd say just like all of Edge's family hurt I don't know. I don't know what motivates Randy Orton. I guess just championships. He lost one. Now he could win a 15th. That's good for him, but he's not going to be anywhere near this match. This is one-on-one. Big Dog versus Drew McIntyre. Boost the Mark, what are they saying on CBS? What are you thinking for WWE Champ versus Universal Champ?
All right, so first of all, I owe a bit of an apology to CBS Sports because they actually do have a picks and analysis article. It just wasn't in the card article, but it still listed a pick. It just didn't give the reasoning. So
who gives a fuck? Fuck CBS Sports.
I'm
take it from
trying
the
to
top.
give credit where it's due, but they clearly. I mean, there's only two words written here: Roman period Reigns period.
Why did they period him?
Just to emphasize the power of each word in his name.
You know how you emphasize Roman Reigns' name? By typing Roman Reigns, because he's the big dog.
Big Dog. The tribal
And
chief, head of the table.
I have not seen this from Roman Reigns ever. And he this goes back to he's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy, he's just the guy. And that's what he is right now. He is the guy holding the primary title. It took Moose, you tell me, how long has it been for that Universal title now? 4 or 5 years, maybe, something like that. It took Roman Reigns holding that title in this very moment to make that title relevant. I like the Universal title now. He's flipped me. The Big Dog is holding the primary
Big
championship
Dog.
in professional wrestling.
I mean, I don't know why people are acting surprised, like, oh, this is a different Roman Reigns. People are saying that. This is the same Big Dog that's
Roman
always
Reigns.
been. This is the Big Dog that we've always had, and it's the same Big Dog that beat Drew McIntyre in New York City. I was there, but now they both have titles, and Drew McIntyre's done well for himself, made me a huge fan. I love kilts now, especially blue kilts and big swords, and I mean, the guy's great, but he's going to lose to the Big Dog, and he's just going to have to figure out a way to get over that. The good thing is his title's not on the line, Triple J, so in the end, this is just all about really cementing the legacy of the Big Dog, which is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if we can make it relevant right now, Drew McIntyre is the mashed potatoes and gravy, the stuffing, the yams, the cranberry sauce, but he's not the turkey. There's only one turkey, and that's the Big Dog.
Big Dog.
Actually,
With
skipping
Paul
this
Heyman,
year. Brisket.
the council. You're not having turkey on Thanksgiving?
No. Ooh, turkey's gross. And with nobody coming over,
Turkey's
brisket.
great.
I want to get one for Papa. Has anyone ever done that?
A deep fried
Do you have to
Popeyes
order it?
turkey?
Yeah, they do it. I don't know if you have to order it far in advance, though. I would do that, ironically.
I don't think you need to. I think you could just go pick one up, Boost the Mark. But in these unprecedented times, who knows if they'll be back ordered. I'm going to be putting a pineapple in my turkey, and I'm going to be making it a little sweet because it's going to be a sweet night for Thanksgiving. Oh, and I'm talking like Vin Man. It's on Sunday. I'm sorry, Brainiacs, but I'm going to be celebrating. I'm so happy the Big Dog's in this spot. This is so great. And he's got those new teeth too, Triple J, which look great with that blue belt.
Yeah, I do. I like the blue belt on the Big Dog here. Paul Heyman holding it up, announcing, proclaiming, the reigning, defending.
Afa and Sika, do you think they'll show up and pat him on the shoulder again?
I don't think they're going to be there this time. It's really not family issues in this contest.
Now, Long Island,
Yeah.
you do mention that Roman Reigns beat Drew McIntyre in New York City, WrestleMania 35. We were all there. We were all able to get out of there because we didn't take public transportation in a decent amount of time. But you will agree that even though it was the same Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 35, this is a different Drew McIntyre.
Definitely different Drew McIntyre. Yeah, you hit that right for sure. This Drew McIntyre is like a Hall of Fame wrestler who's not quite there yet to me, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Meltzer puts him in next year, Moose the Mark with a few more big matches under his belt. Also, I'm just a big fan of seeing the before and after pictures of early 2000s Drew McIntyre and current Drew McIntyre. It's
Pretty much. I mean, his 3MB brethren have undergone quite the transfer, man. Well, I mean, one of them has as well. I mean, these two men have certainly grown in their careers, in their bodies.
Great bodies.
Yeah, I don't know whoever the Lou Pearlman of 3MB was. Clearly, picked some good stock to get real big at some point in their careers.
Now, did you guys watch
Real jacked and big,
the WWE
oily.
for WrestleMania 36?
What was it?
The
Drew-
WWE 24.
His
WrestleMania
no, I didn't.
I think I watched.
I might
He
have
said
seen
to
it.
himself when he's like,
So long
What do I
ago.
got to do? I want to be Brock Lesnar. I got to get big. I got to get big when I got fired. And that's what he did. He got big before he came back.
That's well. I mean, if you want to work in New York, that's the number one factor.
I don't know if it's the number one factor.
I think
you
it
just
is.
got to be good.
I think it is.
You got to get.
Yeah, you just got to be good. You got to be good, but getting big helps if you want to be in spots like this. But to beat the big dog, you got to be bigger than big. You got to be ready for a spear, a Superman punch, and also my favorite, a nut shot when you go for a pin. I can't wait till Roman Reigns hits this guy in the nuts. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, because that's legal, Triple J. If the referee doesn't see it, it never happened.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on that one.
That's an inadvertent low blow, I would say.
That's just a kick out, bro.
You could make a case for that. Now, I do want to bring up one last thing, and we briefly mentioned it earlier. But what about Retribution? I mean, they're not booked unless they're in this battle royal. But
I don't know what the fuck happened with
do you
Retribution.
think that's the only time we're going to see them tonight?
They lose
I
every
hope-
match they're in, and then they don't even do run-ins anymore. I don't know what the fuck happens with Retribution.
Now they just have entrances. Now they actually have music, and they're just taking paychecks.
Well, they got what they
sold
wanted.
out. All they
A
wanted was
paycheck.
a paycheck, and now they sold out. They could go back into being in the stands.
Maybe they'll come out and just beat the fuck out of the Undertaker and get rid of him once and for all.
It's also not Mustafa Ali anymore. It's how is it? How do they say it, Alan?
Just Ali, right?
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali. Mustafa.
Oh, he got his first name back.
Mustafa.
Oh yeah, he got the first
Mustafa
name
Ali.
back, but it's not Mustafa. It's Mustafa.
Mark,
Yeah,
without looking, would you be able to name all the members of Retribution?
Yes, this is fun.
Make sure we see your hands at all times, so we know you're not
Yeah.
cheating.
Okay. Here we go. Go ahead, Moose.
But you're muted. You're muted.
That's one.
Wow. Okay, first of all, wow. This is a great idea. Okay. I know a couple. I'm pretty sure. Okay, one.
Just think. Okay, if you, I'll just say if you don't know, just think of like generic villains from like Tailspin.
Or things you pull out of a toolbox as well.
Tailspin
Okay, yeah.
villains.
Mustafa Ali, one. I know that's cheating. T-Bar,
Okay.
Hell yeah.
right?
The best of them all.
T-Bar. That's about. What about
One sounds like a cereal.
Vengeance.
Vengeance?
No, but I could see that if they got another member.
Don't they have like I don't know? There's like is there like there wouldn't be a crowbar to go with T-Bar, would there? That would make too much sense, right?
Not yet,
Bebop
at
and
least.
Rocksteady.
Yeah. Okay. What about like I'm thinking like grimy, like cyberpunk hacker. Like what about like
Hacker Man.
yeah, Grim Chunk, Grip Chunk.
They're not that creative, Moose the Mark. Come on.
Thanks, Star.
Mustamar, take
Thanks.
something metal and drop it on the floor. You'll probably get a name.
Clang. Is that
Clang.
is that
Clang.
Clang? Clang.
I would love it if they had if they had a
thud
With two D's.
Yeah, thud with two D's.
I always thought that
that'd be a good big lady wrestler name.
Yeah.
I told somebody this. If they brought another woman, they should have called her Barb Wire. That's what I wanted.
Mustamar, just to help you out here, so we can get this.
One's like a cereal, Moose the Mark.
Yeah.
It's like a cereal. Flakes. Crunch.
Yeah, that would be good.
Crunch.
Actually, Crunch is pretty good.
Brian Crunch. Raging
Puffs.
Brian Crunch.
What do you think?
We have
Raging
Slapjack, I think,
Brian
is that
Crunch.
one.
Slapjack.
Slapjack.
Mace.
Slapjack.
We didn't say Mace, did we?
Ace.
And the one that's actually a
Is that spelled with a $sign?
right. Triple J, I think
What?
this last
What you
one
want to
is
know
actually a
about
verb.
retribution? Rapping slowly. What? Wanna be ballers. Mustafa Ali. What's the woman one name? The woman's name?
That's why I think this is a verb. I think it's reckoning, which I think is not
Yeah.
an actual noun.
It could be a noun, I think.
That is just.
I mean,
awful.
it is technically, but come on.
Hey, wait, that's gimmick infringement. Reckoning. Fuck that. With the
Yours is
TWF
a
backyard.
wreck.
That's horseshit. Well, do you think Retribution will show up and beat the shit out of the Undertaker, Moose the Mark? Maybe, hopefully.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Oh, I'm.
Would that if the Undertaker's like, I'll do one last job to get these kids over? Do you think it would work?
To get slapped. Michelle, I'll only go back to get Slapjack over.
He gets totally squash, and it's a total squash too.
Can you?
Yeah,
Like,
Moose,
it's like the Brock Lesnar or what was the no? Didn't someone squash him embarrassingly, and that was like one of his final matches or something?
Brock?
Who, Brock?
No, Taker.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre.
No, Taker squashed Cena.
What? Never mind that. I've got my history confused.
Do you know what they look like, or do you want us to?
Yeah,
put
no,
them on?
totally.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they look really like Bane, like trench coats and like ski masks.
Slapjack just like cut out a paper plate.
Yeah, like
With
Jace,
a
like
rubber
a hockey
He's like- he
Jason
looks
mask.
like- Slapjack looks like Mil Sonis when he would bite out the holes of a tortilla and put it over his face as a child. Is what it is.
Looks like Ace Ventura or some shit. What do you think?
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter.
I hope they storm the ring when the Undertaker's in there and beat the
Silence.
shit out of him with stuffed tigers and gallons of milk is what I'm hoping happens.
The night the Undertaker's career started at Survivor Series, it ended at Survivor Series thanks to Retribution and Slapjack. Do you think in 30 years we're going to be like, y'all remember that night Slapjack made it big and ended the Undertaker's career? Where CBS is going to have like a big front page article about it, Moose the Mark.
Do you guys see what like a T-bar actually is, by the way? You guys know this?
Is it
I
like one
I
of those
should, but I don't
benches?
think I do.
It's no. It's when a lady's thong sticks above her underwear and makes the T.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
hell
what I
yeah.
was thinking at all.
That reminds me of middle school. All right. Yeah. My middle school, not current middle schools. Moving on.
Well, that's the whole card, and anything that we're hoping or dreading to see happen. It's a
Yeah,
little
this.
it's a little late
Undertaker.
here. I mean, unless anybody has anything else to bring up right now.
No, just this. I'm excited for
You're
this
just
card.
you're just showing these embarrassing Undertaker pictures over to try to get us to change our minds.
I can't wait for Survivor Series. I actually can't wait for this because it is the end, finally. Mercifully, the end of The Undertaker. Not to disparage the man's career, but this isn't the real Undertaker. Vince is right. This is The Undertaker died at WrestleMania 33. So let's just all remember that going into Survivor Series. And also that the big dog sits at the head of the table. Just remember that and we'll be good. Cool? Good.
Yep.
All right, Triple J. If you're ready, I'm ready. We got to close this thing off. We got to get bloody. We got to get really bloody because we're on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter simultaneously doing it big 2020 style. It's time right now for Falls Count Anywhere Brainbuster Radio style.
Brainiacs, I can't remember if I read this to you already, but I have in my possession my official Cult of Cornette membership certificate. I would urge any true professional wrestling fans to become
a member into this prestigious community, and I'm just going to read it to you right now. This is the creed. With your hands over your heart, if you will. We pledge allegiance to the leader of the mighty cult of Cornette and to the pro wrestling for which he stands. No blow-up dolls, dick spots, or dance routines, with blood, sellouts, and shoot angles for all.
Brainiacs in his eye. A man called Wired. And how do I put this into a way that's nicer? Because I think the last time I did this, I shat on. I won't do it this time. But I am disappointed with some of the Brainiacs here. Excuse me, the Brainbusters here, because right now is a time that we're never going to get to live with again. Wrestling is at an all-time high with no fans. What? Because there's no people in this in the crowd bouncing around beach balls. Moose DeMark is not interested. Because there's no women in the crowd that Triple J can gawk at. He's not interested. This is about the wrestling, and this is what we are here for all the time. Is wrestling. Hook, line, and sinker. So I'm very disappointed in our Brainbusters and anybody who's not watching right now. It breaks my heart.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in. Fuck. I keep rooting all my good bits. Anyway, you don't want to hear me vaping the whole time. Anyway, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I want to just be thankful for my PlayStation 5 that I secured on September 16th, 2020, in this year of all years. One of the few bright spots. Such an amazing experience, a sensual experience, if you will, for this DualSense controller PlayStation 5. And I bring this up back to wrestling brilliantly because I can't wait to play All Elite Wrestling's crazy hit new video game on my PlayStation 5 at some point in the near future. And heck, bring the casino game to it. Bring the phone game to it. It has a touchpad. Bring it on, AEW Gaming. I'm ready.
Thank you, Mil Calzones. How do I follow that? I guess I'll try. It's a family tradition, Survivor Series. Remember that. More than anything, Survivor Series this Sunday, not Thanksgiving Day, but Thanksgiving week. It's a Thanksgiving tradition, a Thanksgiving Day tradition to Vinman, a WWE tradition, a pro wrestling tradition, but more importantly to me, to Long Island Iced Tea, it's a family tradition. Why? Because it's all about teamwork and it's all about getting together with the Brainbusters and the Brainiacs before we stuff ourselves till we can't move. Before we all go to battle together, we sit down and we talk about the best event in all of team sports. You could have the Super Bowl. You could have the Stanley Cup. You could have the World Cup. I'll have Survivor Series because it will always deliver when you've got one team taking on another, one fall to a finish for each man, and they're out until there's one sole survivor. And I'm not worried about being the sole survivor ever because I know I will always survive together with my Brainiacs, my family, and of course, my brothers, the Brainbusters. Happy Survivor Series, family. There we go, Triple J. The stage is set for Turkey and an embarrassing farewell to an old man, and of course the big dog kicking ass.
And that's the way it was. Moose the Mark, are you playing Dark Souls?
Yes, actually, I am. I just started it. I'm still in the area 1-2. It's very difficult. I use a guide. Sue me. These are very obtuse games, but they're extremely
That's like
rewarding.
drinking milk when you
use
eat
a
wings.
guide.
You
I use a
fucking
guide.
lame. We had no guide today, Wired, with these new gimmicks you made us play with. Milk Calzones did a bang-up job, I thought.
I thought he did too. I mean, other than not saying anything, but he did speak volumes at the same time. He's a very interesting individual. Follow us. Oh, yeah, that's the wrong show. Sorry. You're good to go.
We're good to go? We can get out of here? Are we allowed
Well,
to?
I mean, we can. I don't know. What else do you guys do?
I don't know.
Are we watching Survivor Series together on Thursday? Wait, Sunday?
Well,
It's Sunday.
technically we are. We'll all be watching it together. Whether we'll all be talking to each other is another conversation.
If not, definitely got to watch War Games together. Brainiacs want us to watch War Games together. That's what they've been asking
Ruthless
for.
War Games. Gotta love it.
Right, you don't need no fucking roof. How you gonna do big jumping spots with a roof? You gotta have.
Money.
Wait, did Triple J say there are no jumping spots in his declaration there? I didn't catch that.
One more time, Triple J, because I wasn't paying attention. One more time.
Oh, you want the
It's a
whole
little short.
you want the whole thing again? It
Yeah,
is short, but I think it covers most of it. We pledge allegiance to the leader of the mighty cult of Cornette, and to the pro wrestling for which he stands. No blow-up dolls, dick spots, or dance routines with blood, sellouts, and shoot angles for all. Although technically a corny high spot would be like a crossbody.
Now,
So-
you do realize that Cordy blamed
Dancing's fun.
Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose for breaking kayfabe as to why they almost got kidnapped and murdered.
Yes, I do. You can't be doing that stuff in this
Still
sport.
stand by this man. Jeez.
Of course I do.
It's a cult. He's in a cult. Wired.
It's a loose. That's
No, that's
It's a
pretty close.
literal cult.
that people have turned that into a bad word.
The good thing is,
Not
though,
us,
that Triple
not
J's
us.
also a member of the Brainbusters, so he's not totally gone. So it's like we get a glimpse into cult life without. Hopefully, we don't lose him completely to the cult.
There's a
That's
band
what I'm
called The
worried
Cult, and you guys all
Maybe one
like
day
them.
we'll
So
all
come
have to
on,
just
don't be
show
that
up
harsh.
We
We'll
do.
have to show up at Triple J's living room and just welcome it and be like, Triple J, you need to sit down here for a second. We need to talk to you.
I'd
What
love
is-
to have you
what-
all over sometime.
What kind of moral outrage do you think there will be, Moose the Mark, on the cult of Cornette when it's all said and done?
How will history look back? What, like the Satanic Panic, like Jonestown? The I don't know. I mean, there's cults and then
Will
there's
it rank?
cult classics.
Will it rank ahead of Dave Meltzer's cult as the more cultish cult?
I mean, I just think
Or
my
the
dint
cult
of the
of
fact.
personality like CM Punk?
I mean, just literally putting the word cult on the thing goes a long way. It's as many classic wrestlers would say, it's all there on the marquee, folks.
So we should call it the cult of the Brainiacs then.
Yes, there you go.
All right, cult members, you got to pay your dues. Join our OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/brainbustercult, and we're going to get this thing going real strong in 2021. Believe that. We're going to have one of those declaration gimmicks. Yeah. If you want to but seriously, if you want to watch me shirtless doing the big dog arm cock, I'll be on onlyfans.com/thebrainbusters. Give to me and Zelina Vega. We need it because we're not a part of a union.
Between you shirtless and doing the Roman Reigns cock, Moose the Mark's PS5 remote, Triple J just in general, and me with my ice cream, I think we got a good following there. We might be a couple.
Fuck yeah.
We got something for everybody.
You have not lived until you've seen Moose the Mark play with a PS5 controller. Let me just tell you that. It is
What a
sight to
rush.
see.
Yeah.
What a rush, Brainiacs. We're going to go out with some wired trumpet to the JBL theme because I don't want to have to hit play. So Brainiacs, tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it at the Brainbusters on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram Junior, and fuck Facebook. We're not going there anymore. They could suck it. We're all over the place, and we're here talking Survivor Series. We're going to be talking all the pro graps with you in the very near future. Until we see you again, we love you. Enjoy Survivor Series. For Moose the Mark on the Internet Gimmicks, a man called Wired on the trumpet, and being the Sultan of social media, Mil Calzones on the Unos and Doses. What happened to the volume? Turn it up. Vinman, who's in bed on limited dates. Triple J.
He's gassed.
In the Cultic Cornet, and Long Island Iced Tea saying,
And the real Undertaker.
And the real Undertaker, excuse me. I'm Long Island Iced Tea saying, I could go all night long. I don't get gassed, and I gotta get the hell out of here and watch some pro graps.
Stop! Leave him go. Somebody stop the damn match.